This is a message from the Office of Civic Safety and Academic Integrity in coordination with the Regional Emergency Broadcast System. Please remain calm. This is not a test. At 8:13 a.m. this morning, multiple students at East Ridge Middle School reported an anomalous incident in the lower west corridor near Locker 212. Staff initially believed it to be a prank or social media trend, as the accounts were inconsistent and the students involved were visibly shaken. However, after reviewing security footage and conducting a preliminary investigation, we have determined this event poses an immediate and escalating threat to student safety. The locker in question, Locker 212, appears physically identical to the others in its row. It is painted the standard dull green. It bears no unique markings, but students claim with growing urgency that the door only opens when someone says the word "help." This would be a trivial concern if not for what happens afterward. One student, whose name has been redacted for privacy, spoke the word aloud near the locker at 8:09 a.m., reportedly as a joke. The door creaked open immediately, despite no one having the combination. Security footage confirms the locker was tightly shut moments earlier. When opened, it revealed no books, no backpack, no signs of typical use. Only a dark, dry void, too deep to be physically possible. Our janitorial staff measured the depth at just over 17 inches, but camera footage reveals a black space receding endlessly, as though the light were being absorbed rather than blocked. The student leaned closer. The locker whispered something. The microphone in the hallway failed to pick up the sound, but witnesses reported hearing the voice directly in their left ear, regardless of where they were standing. The content of the message was always different. One student heard their mother's voice begging from the dark. Another heard something wet breathing. One teacher, who made the mistake of peering inside, vomited and has not spoken since. She is currently in isolation, scratching at the inside of her cheeks with her fingernails. At 8:23 a.m., the locker opened again. This time, no one said anything. We believe the locker is now listening. It has opened 4 times in the last hour, each time wider than before. The blackness inside has begun to affect the surrounding area. Books left nearby are found damp and warm. The air grows humid, and the floor tiles directly in front of it have begun to soften underfoot, as though waterlogged. We have sealed the hallway with caution tape, but the door no longer responds to sound alone. It responds to fear. Students passing nearby report sudden feelings of despair, and several have collapsed with nosebleeds or experienced auditory hallucinations, mostly weeping or the sound of fingernails tapping on metal from behind them. One student began repeating the same phrase in a language we cannot identify. She is still repeating it. Her tongue has swollen past her lips, and her eyes remain fixed on the locker. We have attempted to destroy it. Sledgehammers bounce off its surface. Fire does not mark it. Even removing the hinges proved impossible. They appear to shift subtly, millimeters at a time, when not directly observed. The janitor assigned to the removal was last seen walking into the hallway at 9:05 a.m. His keys were later found in the nurse's office sink, along with a damp rag and several of his teeth. The locker opened again shortly after. We ask all staff and students to avoid the lower west corridor. Do not speak near the locker. Do not say help. Do not think the word while looking at it. We believe it can sense intention. The counselor's office has already reported 5 students missing, all of whom had been seen near Locker 212 within the past 24 hours. The most recent was a boy who mouthed the word, just mouthed it, and the locker swung open as he passed. Only his shoes remain. We do not know where the locker goes, but we know this. It wants you to ask. It wants you to call for it. It is opening again. Do not go near it. Do not go near it. Do not